Hello Artsy, welcome back to Colors Galore. In this segment, we will be attempting to make 100 crochet keychains to New Year, and this will be the very first keychain that we'll be making. In this tutorial, I'll be using two types of yarn, but you can follow using one color yarn only, and I'm using a 3.5mm hook for the chain of the heart. I'll be using a separate yarn, non-stretchable yarn. This is optional. And then a keyring, and then the stitch marker for the rounds. So let's start. First off, we're gonna make 6 single crochets in a magic ring or magic circle. So for this crochet project, we will be doing the rounds in a continuous row. So go ahead and make 6 single crochets for round 1. And then round 2, we're going to make an increase. So to do that, you need to make 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So do that 6 times so that at the end of round 2, we will have a total of 12 single crochets. Continuing to round 3, we are going to make 1 single crochet and then an increase on the next stitch, which we will do 6 times on repeat, so that by the end of this round we will have 18 single crochets or 18 stitches. So go ahead and follow the pattern of 1 single crochet and an increase for a total of 18 stitches. Next round is 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches and an increase. Do this also for 6 times so that by the end of round 4 we will have a total of 24 stitches. Next round is quite a break from the times 6 pattern. This time we are going to just repeat it 3 times. So you are going to make 7 single crochets and an increase. That would make your round 5 a total of 27 stitches. So it's very important that this round has correct number of stitches so that when we connect our heart, we will have the proportionate number of stitches later on, which I will show you. But for this round, make sure that you will have a total of 27 stitches. Your work will curve a bit. It's normal. That's what we are trying to achieve here. By the end of round 6, you may need to put a stitch marker of your preference because we are going to have a repeat single crochet around from row 6 to 8. You just have to make 27 single crochets for round 6 to 8. And now we are going to have our color change. So to do the color change, make sure that the last stitch of round 8 is incomplete, like this one. So your 2 loops of original yarn are still on your hook, and then pull through the new color, and that's how you make the color change for this round. Continue with the single crochets using your new color, and then as you crochet along, so we are still making single crochet around of 27 stitches. As you crochet along, make sure that your original yarn is at the back of your stitches. So go ahead and make 27 single crochets using your new color. If you are working with the first part of the heart, so by the end of this round, all you have to do is fasten off and then cut your yarn. But if you're already on your second part of the heart, so we will not cut our yarn because we are going to connect the first part and the second part. So for this one, I'm cutting the yarn because that's the first part of the heart. Now this is the one that we are going to connect with the other part. So both have 27 stitches on each end of this row, and that is 27 because we are going to connect with the 3 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3. We are going to connect those 3 with single crochets before we make the single crochet around, so that by the end of this row we have a total of 48 stitches. So to connect the 2 parts, all you have to do is insert your hook on the other part of the heart, and then go straight ahead and make 1 single crochet, and then proceed to make another single crochet, but make sure that you insert your hook on both stitches of the 2 part. So we are going to make it 2 more times. This is the second single crochet, and then reinsert your hook on both stitches of the 2 parts of your heart. So if you're a beginner, you can take this one slowly and then make a single crochet. So we just attached 6 stitches and made it into 3 stitches. Now all you have to do is to continue with making single crochet around using the second color, and that would give us a total of 48 stitches by the end of this row. So go ahead and make those single crochets. Next, for the third row using your second color, we are going to make a decrease. So we are going to make 6 single crochets and a decrease. So a decrease is making a single crochet using 2 stitches. That way our 48 stitches from previous round will now be reduced to 42 stitches. So go ahead and repeat this pattern until you go back to the beginning of this round. For the next round, we are changing back to blue. So again, to change to a new color, we have to make an incomplete single crochet. For this case, when we do the decrease, we will leave the 2 loops in our hook before pulling the original yarn color, which is, for my case, it's blue. So I am now making single crochets in blue color, and I just cut the yarn because I'm not changing back to beige. For the next round, it's my favorite round again, so all you have to do is make a single crochet around. This time we will be having 42 stitches on this round, and by the end of round 13, this is how it would look like. Then you can start stuffing. Normally for this type of amigurumi, you should make sure that you stuffed fully the curves, the curved part, so that the output would be more firm, because sometimes the fiber fill might become airy if it's not full. So for round 14, we will make 5 single crochet and a decrease 6 times, so that by the end of this round we will have a total of 36 stitches. Now you can take it slow here from this round because your fiber fill might be stuck in your hook. So for myself, what I do is I push the fiber fill inside the project so that it won't be tangled to the hook. So go ahead and complete the 5 single crochet decrease pattern so that you would have a total of 36 inches for this round. And we continue with decreasing rounds. Take a pause on this video and follow this pattern until we are able to close the heart. As mentioned earlier, you have an optional choice if you want to make a chain using another yarn or directly attach your heart to your keyring. So that's it. You can make it in plain color, but for myself it adds a little accent if you make this type of keychain in two-tone. I hope you would be able to make one for yourself. Feel free to tag me on Instagram or Facebook, and I'd love to see your version of this craft. And hopefully you'd be joining me on this 100 CKtNY, where I attempt to make 100 crochet keychains before the new year for 2022.